The Secret of Dunhaven Castle, a Cate Kensie mystery. Cate Kensie Mysteries, Book 1. Written by Nellie H. Steele. Narrated by Naomi Rose Mock. Chapter 1. And so, despite all the stories you've heard, Paul Revere never shouted, "The British are coming!" in his famous ride. Dr. Cate Kensie said, concluding her final lecture for the week. Cate was one of a handful of history instructors in the tiny and declining Department of History and Classics at Aberdeen College, a small liberal arts institution in the central United States. She had been at the college for the past few years after finishing her doctorate in history. In her early 30s, she looked little older than some of her students and was often mistaken for one. The effect was most apparent when she appeared in class after hours spent researching in the library. Like many female students, her dark hair was swept into a haphazard bun held by a pencil, a few pieces escaping to frame her blue eyes, glasses pushed on top of her head, and sporting a pair of jeans and boots. "We'll end there today. Remember that you have your final term paper due on the American Revolution next Thursday," she shouted over the rustling of students packing laptops and notebooks into their bags in a mad dash to scramble out of the lecture hall. "Please see me in my office hours if you need to discuss this further." Her voice trailed off as it became clear that no one was listening. It was late on a Friday afternoon, and students were in a rush to end their week and start their weekend. She sighed as she began stuffing her notes into a folder and packing all her materials into her tote bag. Once she had everything collected, she started up the steps toward the back entrance of the lecture hall. A quarter of the way up she paused, sighing again. She returned to the lectern and picked up her keys, which she often forgot as her mind swirled with her lecture ideas and research topics, and pocketed them. "I'd forget my head if it wasn't attached," she mumbled, before beginning the climb up to the exit again. Once at the top, she pushed open the door to the waning warmth of a bright spring day. Despite the late afternoon hour, the sunlight was still bright, almost blinding after being in the darkened lecture hall. She shielded her eyes against it as she fumbled in her bag for a pair of sunglasses. Pushing them onto her face, she started her walk across campus to the history department's main office. She enjoyed the heat of the warm spring sun on her face and the sound of newly grown leaves rustling in the gentle breeze. Aberdeen's campus, with its central manicured lawn that connected its various buildings, was most beautiful in the spring. The campus was a collection of
Sample complete. Ready to continue?